beautiful night for bourbon. Yep, it's always a beautiful night for bourbon, and tonight is no different. And what we're going to do is to redo the 5 essential bourbons. But we're going to do it according to the categories proposed by Matt at ADHD Whiskey. Yeah, he thought that for 2021, we should redo all of these things. He challenged a whole bunch of whiskey channels and bourbon channels to pick their 5. I was not among them. Gotta say, Matt, I'm really hurt. But really, I'm just kidding. There's absolutely no reason why I would be among them. My channel is brand new. He's probably never heard of me. And, well, once he watches this, if he watches this, he may wish that he had still never heard of me. Who knows? But anyhow, regardless, I am going to accept his challenge and I am going to pick out these 5 bourbons. To start the evening, I'm going to take up Matt's idea and have my first glass. It is Ezra Brooks 99. Now, he called it the entry buzz pour. Basically something to get you started, to get you going, maybe to get you a little buzzed right from the beginning of the night. It's supposed to be your first bourbon, but while I might have drank that way many years ago, particularly when I was in college, maybe even before I got to college, I don't drink that way anymore. When I want to get my evening started, I usually want to go with a little bit lower proof than what I'm going to be drinking for the rest of the evening. And to me, low proof is right in that 100 proof range. This is 99. I am a big fan of 100 proof and above bourbons. I like some of the lower proof bourbons, particularly if they don't go below 90. But I generally don't want them nearly as much. They just taste too watered down to me, not as enough flavor, and so on. But I also don't want to blow out my palate right from the beginning. So that big 147 proof thing that he pulled out, well, I would be more inclined to finish the night with that than to start the night with that. The second bourbon in his revamped category list is a current favorite. And I could always pull out the OGD 114. This has been one of, if not my favorite bourbon, for more than 40 years. But he put that word current in there. And to me, what that means is it's something that I am currently liking, currently enjoying, may have not had before, or maybe I did, but it's something on my shelf that I really want to pull out that's a little bit extra special and extra enjoyable. So what I have is the Weller Antique 107. My brother got me a bottle of this last fall for my birthday. I really enjoyed it. I was very pleased to see that in the state of Ohio, it has been a little more common and is easier to find over the last couple of months. By the time I finished off that bottle, I had managed to get my hands on a second bottle. It's one of my favorite bourbons right now, and so I'm glad to have it, and I would certainly drink it and be proud to drink that with anybody that wanted to drink bourbon with me. The third category is the uncommon or unusual unknown bourbon. This could be the strange bourbon, the one that people haven't heard of, the one that people haven't tried. Maybe they've seen it, but they haven't ever bought it, they haven't ever tried it. For me, that is the Woodinville Port Cask finished bourbon. I haven't opened this bottle. I've had it on my shelf for about 5 or 6 months, but I've just been kind of holding off and waiting for the right time to open it. Well, that time is going to have to be really soon, because now that I've pulled it out and I've talked about it, I'm going to have to try it. I'm going to have to review it. And I'm going to have to make a video and offer up my opinion. My brother was actually over here last weekend, and he was looking at it, and I had to let him know that I'm still holding on to this. I don't want to open it up just yet because I have too many open bottles of bourbon. I buy bourbon faster than I can drink it. And I've got to finish off a couple of these open bottles before I want to open up any more. So be looking for this one. I will open it, I will drink it, I will review it, but probably not for a week or two. The next bottle is the bottle to make your friends jealous. I didn't want to go out and buy anything extra special for tonight's video. I figured that I had plenty of bourbons and that I could pick out bottles for each of these categories without going out and trying to hunt down something extra special. This is the Maker's Mark Private Selection. It is one of 4 that were issued in the state of Ohio, and I've got all 4. Now, I've got some friends that drink bourbon. I don't know anybody that managed to get all 4. I'm sure a lot of people did, though, but I can say I've got all 4. I put this one out for this video because it's the one that I've opened. I haven't opened the other 3. This is the Winter Wassel. I also have the bread pudding, the chocolate marmalade, and the Grandpa's Toddy. At some point, I want to do a video comparing the 4 of them together, but that'll have to wait for a little while too. Because, for the most part here, I've also got the Maker's Mark 46 cask strength. I don't know if you can still get this in the state of Ohio or anywhere. I haven't seen it for a few months now. So it might also fall into that category of make your friends jealous. But then I've got the one that's actually pretty common here as well, and that is just the regular Maker's Mark cask strength. So I have 6 different bottles of Maker's Mark cask strength bourbons. It's quite a collection. I want to finish off these last 2 before I open up those other 3. But I think any one of those bottles, well, any particularly of the 4, or even the including maybe 5 with the 46, I think that any one of those would make my friends jealous, but having all of them, I think they would be green with envy. The final category is the long pour. Matt said that this should be the bourbon that you can pour from any height and not miss the glass. Well, I'm going to tell you that even if I took this glass and I poured it from here, I would likely miss the glass with at least a few drops of it. That said, I wouldn't mind so much if I missed the glass with this. Not that I want to, or not that I don't like it. I do. I really like this. This is, again, along with the 114, has been one of my favorite bourbons for 40 years. More than that, actually. But it's cheap enough at about $22 a bottle plus tax. It's cheap enough that where if I did miss the glass with it, I wouldn't mind so much. But he also said something else. It's something you wouldn't mind drinking, and like I said, it's one of my favorites. but it should also be entertaining. I've got some old granddad stories, and if I'm going to tell the old granddad stories, I should be drinking Old Granddad and offering it to whoever is listening to the stories. Maybe one day on my channel, I'll do just that. So that one can be the long pour, the one that I would drink, and the one that I would entertain with. If you like my videos, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. What 5 bourbons would you pick for Matt's categories? Thanks for watching, and y'all come back now, you hear?
Nailed it, Matt. You mother...